Hi everybody, I'm Hitz with Advanced Drying and Restoration, and thanks for tuning in again to another video blog. Today we're going to answer the question, is mold covered by my insurance? And that's a pretty good question that comes up a lot. And it really comes down to the source of things. And we're going to get into that in just a minute. The first caveat that I'm going to say is speak to your insurance agent about the specifics of your policy. They're the ones that really know your policy inside and out. They're the ones that are going to be the professional that you want to turn to when you have questions about coverage. But what I can tell you is our 18 years of experience in cleaning up after thousands of mold remediation projects and damages from mold, the experience in that has told us a lot of things that are covered and a lot of things that typically are not covered by your standard homeowners policy. So we're going to get into it and say mainly it's going to be determined by the cause of the mold. So what caused your mold? Was it just some water in the corner of the basement, constantly seeping in? Those are considered a maintenance issue. Those are going to be considered long-term damage that's caused from a steady leak or something that's been happening over a period of time. It's not one single occurrence, so it's been happening over a period of time, and typically that's going to be somewhere that they're not going to extend coverage to you because it's been happening over time. Even though you didn't maybe know about it, it's hidden behind some plaster, it's hidden behind some paneling in that basement. They're typically going to look at that as something that didn't happen with one single occurrence. Where they do typically, though, extend coverage is if the event that it's associated with damage that was linked back to one thing happening. So the scenario that we're going to talk about today is you went away on vacation. You've come to find out that the day after you left from vacation, pipe broke in your upstairs bathroom and the water's been leaking and running down through. You walk into your house after visiting Disney World and you need an umbrella to walk through the house because it's just raining in there. And that's been maybe happening for a few weeks. So the water damage can be linked to a single occurrence. And the occurrence would be that pipe breaking or whatever caused the water damage to your house. And all the resulting damages would be covered by that homeowner's policy. So the mold cleanup, because it all happened and transpired because of that water damage, typically there is going to be some coverage for that. Now policies are all written a little bit differently. We've seen some policies that have either full exclusion of mold damage, or they have a very small limit, maybe $5,000 or so for the mold coverage, and as much as $25,000 for the mold coverage. And that's just specifically for the cleanup of the mold, not the rest of the water damage. Because of the situation of the water damage and the length of time that the water was leaking and causing damage to the home, most of our cleanup efforts are going to go underneath and be paid by the standard homeowner's policy. Only just the mold remediation, the cleanup of the specific mold, is going to be on the portion of the policy that's tagged for mold coverage. So to recap things, is mold covered by my insurance policy? Yes, it can be. Talk to your agent, find out the specifics of your policy, and it really depends on the source of the loss. Was it something that was happening over time, or was it a sudden and accidental event? So determining those things is going to determine most times whether you're going to have coverage or not. If you have any questions about things with mold cleanup or any other specifics regarding water damage or mold cleanup, contact us. Thanks again for tuning in. Advanced Drying and Restoration, rebuilding homes, restoring lives. Thanks again. We'll see you next episode.